It be that R, it be that A, it be that I, our defense bang. It be that E, it be that R, it be that S, on our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, just wanna be that hater. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders. Give me a stack, I'ma turn it to some racks. LA didn't wanna give us a home, but LV got us on the map. That be a fact, I've let it all on silver and black. Hard Carson and Mad Max got me Emmett. I've been down since the 90s. You with the black hole, homie, don't try me. Players roll tips, some say that we grind me. But we bring the revenue every time we grind and third and summon. Ball and stone. Rip from Carter, and now he's spinning. Mariota on third, he's sprinting. R.I.P. Madden on Davis and all of the
ill intent, violence, physicality, execution,
What's going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy Chris with Protect the Shield podcast, where my opinions might not always be popular, but they'll always be authentic. Man, we got some breaking news today. Look, man, it looks like Geno Smith finally got extended. I know a lot of us was kind of waiting on that. You know, me specifically, I wanted to see kind of the details of what the contract was going to look like. So we finally got it, you know, so we got some news. One thing I kind of want to talk about is what does this really mean now that we saw the numbers? So it looks like we got so it's a 2-year extension, and it looks like so it's going to be a total of 3 years. So it looks like he's probably going to get, you know, a little over 40 something per year. And that's up from about the 25 that he was getting per year before, man. But before I get started, man, I got my boy Dub Raider in the building, Mr. Raider Nation Weekly Wire, Mr. Roll Call, Mr. Dub the Magnificent. What's going on, my guy? How you doing, man?
Good, my brother. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. So, you know, before we really get into it, man, got the Shield Squad in the building, man. So what's up with my boy Robert Pena in the building? What's going on, my guy? Got Darth Jader in the building. What's going on? He said we got a QB. For sure. Got my boy, My Dogs Podcast, man. This is the most fire Cleveland Browns podcast out there. That's my best friend, my boy. He's a beast. Make sure you check him out if you're a Browns fan. He talks that talk. And he's asking, am I happy about this? I'm not unhappy. I'm happy to the point we're not going to draft Shador in my mind. Mm-hmm. So if Shador's there at 6, I don't think we get him. It makes 0 sense. It makes absolutely 0 sense if we mess around and draft Shador. But I'll go into that in a little bit. My boy Raider Paul in the building, what's going on? He said Genty at number 6. Got Richard in the building, what's going on? He said, salute, brother. By the way, I heard it's $37.5 million. That might be including the full extension. Because again, that 1 year was already in the books, and then we got the 2-year extension on top of that. So, you know, for sure. Let's see. Paul said it's cheap. Salute. He said, hell no to Shador. For sure. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you guys take a second, hit the thumbs up, man. It doesn't cost you nothing, man. It just helps, you know, the channel, you know, get pushed out to more Raider fans like you guys, man. So, but yeah, Dub. So, you know, the news, you know, that's kind of going on is, you know, it was a 2-year extension. Again, we already had the 1 year just kind of in the belt. But the extension is a 2-year, $85.5 million extension with 6.65 guaranteed for Geno, man. So just your initial thoughts, man. What is it? What do you feel, you know, about it when you just initially hear it?
Well, first of all, I was surprised because the way they had started the whole signing process with Geno, you know, they brought him in, but there was no contract,
right?
Set, you know, no extension set, and it was just dwindling. Time was going by. So my thought process was, you know what? I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to save up all their money until after the draft and see who's out there, try and pick up other key pieces that they didn't pick up during the draft, then make an offer to Geno. You know, because that to me would have been smart, being that we have so many holes to fill up. We already have Geno at least for 1 year guaranteed.
Right.
You know, so there's technically no rush.
Right.
So this is actually surprising to me. I'm not mad at it. You know, I truly don't understand why the number that they offered him is I don't know, so high, so low. I'm not good as far as the dollars and cents of QB value, especially
Yeah.
with him being such I guess being a veteran. But like you, I'm not mad at the fact that we signed him. We're guaranteed to have him at least 3 years.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, like for me, you know, when you think about, you know, what a starting quarterback makes, you know, and where it's going to put him, it's still going to put him kind of in the middle third of all quarterbacks as far as money goes. So, you know, which I'm not mad at that, because at the end of the day, you know, I think that's from a you know, that's where Geno is. I know a lot of us kind of, you know, will look at him and try to you know, in our mind accept that he might be, you know, more elite than what he is, or not as good as what he is. I mean, to me, I think he's a middle of the road quarterback. You know, and that's just how I see it. So, you know, him getting paid in the middle of the road, I'm cool with. You know, my thing is, you know, you don't give someone, you know, somewhat around a 68% pay increase, and then go ahead and draft someone that's not going to immediately help him. That's my thing. If you're going to give this guy a 67% pay increase, you better go get him something that's going to help him, whether it's get him help on the defense, so it's somebody that can help get the other team off the field, so he doesn't have to score as many points, or go get him some weapons. Go get him a number one wide receiver. We don't have a number one wide receiver. We don't have a number one running back. You know, we have holes on the offensive line. You know, besides like our left tackle and our tight end, everything on offense can be it can be upgraded, you know, and center, you know, so we're talking about like 3 positions. So, you know, we can get better in virtually everywhere. So for you to tell me that we're going to give this guy an increase like that and go draft a rookie quarterback in the first round would be devastating to me. Chat, how do you guys feel about that? Am I tripping? And salute to everybody that's in the chat, man. I see some of my people in here. Got my boy L11 in the building. He says salute, protect the shield. Got my boy Yaya in the building. Salute to you guys. But what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? Am I tripping? Salute to Richard in the building, man. Yeah, I want to know, you know, what do you guys think? Because honestly, you know, I think that this is going to be something that, you know, solidifies that we're going to go get something else in the draft. Now, we may get a quarterback later on. But to me, I mean, someone needs to help me, help me make sense of a thought that getting Shador or getting a quarterback in the first round makes sense. So I don't know, Dub. That's kind of where I'm at, man. Because Geno is not he's not a spring chicken.
No, he's not.
Our head coach is not a spring chicken. You know, I think that, you know, if you want to get a quarterback to develop, then I would have got someone like Russell Wilson for half the price. Because then if Shador beats out Russell Wilson for half the price, it's really not a big deal.
Right.
But if you draft Shador and he beats out Geno Smith, which, I mean, whatever, but
that's
I mean,
a lot of money on the bench.
Dollars and cents.
Yeah, that's a lot of money on the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Said Raider Paul said we ain't getting Shador. I feel you. Let's see. Richard said, I wonder if we're getting Elijah Moore as well, and I would love to get Howard or Milroe. You know, Elijah Moore, man, I always make fun of my boy that's a Cleveland fan about Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, for, you know, he has talent. He just hasn't been able to unlock it as of yet. But Elijah Moore is a weapon, you know, and if used properly, he can do something. Will Howard, I'm not a big fan of Will Howard, and I'm definitely not a fan of Milroe. I don't know why so many people like Milroe. I mean, he cannot throw the ball. That's all there is to it. He's a quarterback that can't throw it. But what's your thoughts, Dub, man? Like, do you feel that you know, getting a quarterback would be, you know, a good solution, you know, after, you know, paying this money to Geno?
Not at all. I think either on offensive linemen a running back or a wide receiver. Because the team has made a decision on our QB already, which is going to be Geno. Now Geno needs the tools and the protection to be able to handle our offense. Because it doesn't matter if he's Tom Brady. If he doesn't have the right tools to get the job done, we're still going to be the same Raiders.
Right. And that's my thing, man, because you got to think, we have Brock Bowers. Right. And at the end of the day, Brock is one of the best in the business, and he's only going to get better. Brock is a solidified star, and I think Chip Kelly is going to be able to use him well. But besides that, you got, we really don't have a true number one. I love Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is fire. Everyone raves about him, all his teammates. I was just listening to something the other day. Josh Jacobs was saying, they asked him who's one of the most underrated teammates you've ever played with, and he said Jacoby Myers. You hear people rave about him all the time, man. So at the end of the day, I love Jacoby Myers, but he's not gonna be able to, demand double teams and all this stuff. He's just not that guy. I mean, he's a technician and good at what he does, but for what we need a true number one, and he's not it. And we really don't have a good slot. Trey Tucker's okay. He still hasn't put it all together yet. We don't have a running back. I mean, I know, salute the Raider Paul. He wants Genty at 6. I mean, what is going to be our real expectations if we don't give Geno any help?
What do you think, Chris? Like, what now that this situation is set with the quarterback, where do you think we should draft?
I think, I mean, I'm a big fan of trading back at this point. I got the guys that I like. Of course, I like Mason Graham if he falls. I like Will Johnson if he falls. I like the thought of giving him a true number one wide receiver, but I don't think I would get T-Mac at 6. If we traded back and he's still there, I'll think about it. But it's like, I'm one of these realistic fans. Like, I understand we're not a year away from going to, the playoffs. And I know Raider fans, we like to always think that we're, a year away. We are a few years away for us to really build this thing correctly. We always try to put Band-Aids on things, and that's what we do. That's just our mentality for some reason. It's going to take a couple good drafts to really fill these, positions properly, because you don't win in the NFL based off of just free agency. You got to be able to draft well and stack up good drafts, year after year. Like, we had a good draft last year. We need to stack a couple more drafts, then we can be, really talk about it. But, there's so many holes, man. So I'm all about trading back and just seeing what the best player available is, and just see if we can, get some more picks and just get, I want to leave this draft with at least, 4. I mean, it would be wonderful if we can get 4 starters out of this draft. Last year we got 3. That was a great draft. Any draft you can get 3, but if we can get 4 this year by trading back, I'd love it. I love it.
Yeah, and right now we have 9 picks, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
If we do trade back, we'd get, let's say, a late number 1 and maybe a number, 3, 4, or 5, I'm assuming. So that brings up the number by 1. So it's a higher probability of us being able to pick, that starter or those starters that we require.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Raider Paul, he said offensive tackle. Let's see, my dog's Paul. He said, y'all betting y'all future on Geno. Is that a good or bad thing? The next 2 years, he's your starter. See, to me, I think Geno's capable, but Geno has to have weapons. Geno, when he was with the Seahawks, he had weapons. He had DK, he had Lockett, he had what's his name? Smith and Jigma, whatever his name is. So he had some right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had guys. He had two good running backs in Murray and Charbonnet. So he had some guys, man. We don't have those weapons right now. So You know, I'm okay with Geno, but for us to be competitive, we got to get him some guys. And I think we did a good job from last year. We got a starting center. You know, we got a potential right tackle of the future, and we got a tight end. So we got 3 good pieces on the offensive side of the board. You know, we got to continue building through the draft. That's just all there is to it. I don't expect us to go to the playoffs. So therefore, as long as we get better and just continue building this foundation, that's what I'm looking for. I said Geno number 6 in NFL and play action pass. Yeah, for sure. But play action pass don't matter if you don't have a running back, because defenses aren't going to respect it. They're like, oh, I don't care if you're about to hand the ball off to Zamir White, and linebackers aren't going to respect that. You're handing the ball off to Zamir White, and then what?
So, Chris, let me ask you this question, because it's usually unprecedented unless the number 1 pick is like an elite wide receiver. I'm sorry, elite running back to be picked in the first round, correct? Like it's not common
for running backs.
Yes.
Not as much anymore. I mean, it used to be common back in the day, but you know, the NFL kind of changed a little bit. But you know, if there's a true dog, you know, they'll get picked. And Genty, I'm not sure if that's where you're going with it. Genty's a dog. Yeah. He definitely is a dog. And probably in any other draft, I would probably be all for getting Genty. It's just this draft class is just so deep. Like, you literally can find a starting running back, I think, in the 3rd, 4th round. You know, and I might be stretching it a little bit, but I mean, there's some guys, man. There's really some guys in this draft that I think could be starter. But if this was any other draft class, I would be like, okay, let's go ahead and get him. I mean, number 6 is kind of high, but you know.
Well, what about if we trade back and he's still available? Will you still take him number 1?
Possibly. It's I just really, like I said, I like Genty. It's just I really like some of the other guys as well. I just think we need so much. I don't think Genty will. I don't think he'll move the needle with our current offensive line. And again, and if you don't really have a receiver, defenses aren't necessarily even going to respect your passing game. So they might try to load the box a little bit.
Right.
You know, and again, we do have you know, we have Brock Bowers, you know, and he's going to be, you know, a Kelsey type impact. I'm not saying he is Kelsey, but I think eventually he'll have that Kelsey type respect amongst defensive coordinators. So they're going to be like, all right, we really gonna have to watch for him. But I don't know. Let's see. Richard, he said, I like Dart, but I don't know if he'll be there when we pick. Dart might end up going in the end of the 1st or early 2nd. I'm not sure. It said you don't trade back if you're trying to win. You get the best player available. I mean, I feel you, Paul, but sometimes you gotta be strategic. We're not close. I think you guys think we're closer than what we really are. And salute to you again, Paul. A lot of people are saying just wait for Arch Manning. Like, I don't think you guys realize, man, like if you want someone like, for one, Arch Manning may not even come out because of this whole NIL deal. This guy makes more money on NIL than he's going to make on his rookie contract. You guys got to remember that. He's not going to be in a rush just to come out. And talking about let's just wait. What's that? That means you're talking about literally tanking. Because that's the only way you can get him. You're going to probably be the number 1 pick to get Arch Manning, more than likely. I mean, if he does what people think he's going to do. I mean, you know, with his name and pedigree and all that stuff. So, you know, he said, I'm for trading back and building. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He said we got 10 picks. Okay. Yeah, like, to me, that's what it is. Let's see. My dogs, he said, get the running back at 6 to help out Geno, get the ball out of his hands. And that is a good way of thinking, because getting a running back, you know, that's a quarterback's best friend. I just think with our line, I'm not sure how effective he'll be. But I mean, I'm not against it. I really just think we could get a dog running back in the 2nd round.
So really they focus more on the offensive line, would you think?
Yeah, I would say offensive line, or like I said, if you want to go receiver, either way. And again, even defense, man. I mean, because I truly think we're a couple pieces. We're just a couple pieces away for having a true dominant defense. Now you mess around and get a Mason Graham, pair him with, in between Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. That could be one of the best defensive lines in all of football.
Right.
And that's the type of line that will give Patrick Mahomes trouble. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish I had all the answers, but the only answer I do know is a quarterback at number 6 would be ridiculous. I do. Shout out to Paul. He said, my dogs, he said, we get Genty. We're going to the playoffs. He said, we still have 60 in cap space. Get another receiver. We ain't rushing. I'll take Lockett. That's why I'm saying Genty. Salute to ASMR Dog's Life. Let's see. If Sanders is there, don't be surprised they take him. I would be absolutely surprised. I'd be absolutely not will I be surprised. I'll be pissed off. I'd be very, very pissed off. But salute to my boy Leo, man. Make sure you guys check out my channel, man. Cheeto Linus got the freshest Raider gear and fire content. That's my brother, man. TRS. He says, people still want Howard at 6. No, nobody want Howard at 6, bro. Let's see. Yaya says 60 million. Just thinking about that, we good. Let's see. He getting running back or O-line is 6. My boy Raider Folk Chris, man. Salute to my guy, man, out in Vegas, man. He said, yeah, we have the most cap space right now. He said Chiefs didn't tank to get Mahomes. No, they didn't, but the Chiefs are already a decent team before.
Right.
They just couldn't get over the hump. But they did trade up and they got Mahomes. Mahomes is a generational quarterback. That's a whole different situation, man. That's a whole different situation. They went and got a generational quarterback. They already had one of the best offensive-minded coaches. He just couldn't get over the hump. Andy Reid was always. I mean, he's been a beast before Mahomes. Like he took the Eagles to the Super Bowl with T.O. and McNabb. Like he's nice, man. He's nice. He said build O-line in the late rounds. I'm with you. Let's see. Salute to my boy Steve, man. He said, what does a contract tell you on the future quarterback situation? You expect to look at, Steve, that's kind of what I was talking about, man. Like to me, when I look at that contract, that doesn't look like a contract that they're looking to move away from Geno right now. I think Pete believes in Geno enough to say, hey, you're going to be our quarterback right now. We are going to build around you. We're not going to expect you to win this game and put the team on your back. We're going to go get you weapons. And to me, that's probably what he already told Geno. We're going to get you weapons. We're going to put you in the best position to win. And if they take their number 1 draft pick and go get the guy that's going to be sitting behind Geno, I would be so pissed if I was Geno. I'm going to be pissed at the fan. And Pete Carroll can no longer be trusted.
Wow.
I'm just irritated, man. I know I'm really irritated because getting a quarterback would just piss me off, man. It really would.
You mean getting a quarterback at number 1, right?
At 6, yeah, at 6. Yeah, no. I definitely want to leave the draft with a quarterback.
Okay.
I want a developmental guy, absolutely. Can we still have AOC? I do not think that AOC is a guy. I definitely want to move on and get someone that probably fit Chip Kelly's, offense a little bit better. But the thing is, when you got someone like Geno, like he's a guy that can hold down the fort for a couple years while you're developing somebody. But like when you spend a high draft pick like that, you're gonna need like that quarterback's going to probably be expecting to play, within 1 year. Like to me, it's like it just don't make sense to me. But that's just me.
So, Chris, where does that put us in cap space after this signing with Geno?
So people are saying 60 million. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to affect that. So I'd have to look at it. Let me see if I can even bring it up. It probably won't have anything updated. Chat, where you guys think we're at in cap space now? After this move. And salute to everybody in the chat. He said Howard at 6 would be the most Raider thing that could, yeah, I would lose my mind. Salute to OJ Raider, my guy, man. Salute to you. I would lose my mind. Lose my mind. And the Raiders have done worse, man. They have done worse.
They have.
Said, well, I'm going back to work. Have a good stream. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping through, Richard, my guy. I appreciate you. Got my boy, my 2 cents in the building. He said, salute to Chris and Dub, man. Appreciate you. He said Arch Manning is a generational quarterback. I mean, he may be, but I think you got to get him probably at number 1, you know, if he does what he's supposed to do. So,
and he's got to leave college.
And he has to leave college. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, with the NIL deals, like just saying just wait for a guy next year, like it just doesn't work like that. Like,
right,
you know, you never know how it's going to fall. You know, a lot of us wanted us to be in a position to get a quarterback this year. And, you know, like I wanted Cam Ward, and, you know, we're not able to get him. And like, if you don't get that, if you don't land in that number 1 pick, it's so expensive to go get that number 1 pick. So if you don't already have a foundation, it's crazy. Let's see. OJ, he said it's $28.5 million a season. That's hell of a contract. 28.5 for what?
I think for Geno per year.
I don't think that's right. Because
I think it's minimum, at least just on the 2-year extension, it's like 33.2, if I'm not mistaken, plus what he's already guaranteed for this upcoming year. So I don't know what that averages out to.
Yeah, I'm about to say so the extension is 2 years for $85 million.
Right, but 60 something guaranteed.
Well, yeah, that's just saying that. Yeah, that's just what he's going to get for sure. But
right,
yeah, but as far as like average per year, you know, that's like what, 42.5 or something. And that's just for those 2 years. And again, I know that his year is his contract now is what, 25 or something
like that.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know the math on that, but it would have to be, it got to be more than 28.5. It got to
definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know. He said Geno's still young. All right, let's see. See, no quarterback for the Raiders in the draft, maybe in the late rounds. Let's see. You pulled the trigger on Howard in 5th, no doubt. Yeah, in the 5th or something. Let's see. Probably 40 now. Let's see. The word generational has lost its value in football. Yeah. Everyone does use generational too often. Like I try not to say it too much unless I really, really believe it. Like I said, like I'll use it to, like I think Brock Bowers is generational. Because again, I mean, you saw what he did in college. Like there's stats that say he's literally the best. You know, he was the most productive tight end ever in college. And then he only backed it up his first year in the NFL. So I'll say that with him. But yeah, a lot of other people, like I'm not going to use the word generational, you know, too often until I really believe it. Let's see, Arch Manning be there for the next 3 years. See, bro, we got people still believe in AOC on the JT show. Hey, there are people that believe him. See, you can opt out after 2 years. Okay, so there's a way out in the contract. Because again, I didn't look at the contract too too close. So I just saw what it is. So I'd have to look that up. But I mean, that's nice if they do have a way out. You know, that's good for spy tech. You always want to make sure you have a way out. See, yeah, Brady won a Super Bowl at 45. That's Brady, though. That's Brady. I'm 35. You feel like 25. I feel you, Raider Paul, man. I feel you. I think Genty at 6 is more than just smoke. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Chris. I think I think I really am like mentally preparing myself for us to get Genty at 6. I mean, I think that's something that Pete Carroll wants to do. I mean, Chip Kelly likes to run the ball. He likes to establish a run. He likes to be dominant, but also spread it out. It could happen. It could. And again, I don't want people thinking that, like, when I say I don't want Genty, that I'm saying that I don't think he's good. I think he's a phenomenal running back. I think he's phenomenal. I just think that in any other draft class, I would say, do what you got to do. But I just feel like you can get better value at running back later. Like you can get another position in the first round, and you can still get a high level running back in the later rounds. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Geno healthy, has a young body still. Pause, man. Let's see. What's y'all's pick at 6? Let's hear it, fellas. If y'all the GM at pick 6, who's your guy? I ain't gonna lie, man. I think I want to trade back, but if I had to pick, I'm not gonna lie. I would. I want Mason Graham or Will Johnson, to be honest, because I think we can make our defense elite immediately. So that's my thoughts. What about you, Dub? Did you say who you wanted, like in particular? You know, if it's up to you.
Actually, I didn't. I because there's so much need, I can't really pinpoint
That's how I am too.
a particular position. You
Right.
know, I agree with what you're saying as far as getting more picks. You know, and because it just gives us the probability of getting more players,
More starters,
filling more of those holes. So I can't really say I want a running back, I want a wide receiver, I want an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, because anything we get that's beneficial to our team is going to be great.
Right.
You know, it's not a one player changes the whole dynamic of our team. It's going to make us a playoff team. It's going to make a Super Bowl team. It's not. You
Right.
know, it's going to take a few years. You know, so I'm just thinking, take the best that we can get. You know, if we trade back, then we trade back. But at this point, just fill those holes and not get something we already have.
Right. No, for sure. OJ, who do you want? OJ. So you are you fixed on somebody? You may have said earlier. He said like the idea of trading back a little, then drafting Campbell in the first, Caleb Johnson in the second. I'm not mad at that. I mean, Campbell, I like Campbell. Campbell will be a day one impact player up front. Caleb Johnson, I'm not the biggest Caleb Johnson guy. I think there's other guys in the second. You know, I'll take a look at. But you know, I'm not mad at that way of thinking. I'm not. Raider Paul, we know Genty at number 6. We got you. Let's see. He said running back at 6 and trade back into the last of the first round and get a wide receiver and lineman. I mean, it's possible, but again, I think you could be better off at get the best player available early at 6, and then like if you wanted to trade back into the first. I mean, I don't. Depending on what you wanted, like you would, if you wanted to leave your first 2 picks with, you know, a nice running back and a nice wide receiver lineman, get the lineman first or whatever. Yeah. Get the receiver first, and then you can get a beast starting level running back in the second round, so you wouldn't even have to trade up. So that's where I'm at. Make sure you guys hit the like button, man. Hit the like button for me and my boy Dub. But Dub, I'm gonna take a quick second, man. Tell everybody what you've been up to, man, as far as, you know, your content and stuff. You've been killing these Raider streets, man, flooding the block with all kinds of Raider content. You know, tell everybody, you know, for one, what all you've been up to and where they can find you.
Well, as of late, you and I have been doing the Raider Nation Weekly Wire. We've been going on for about, 7-8 weeks. We do basically general football talk, basic news. We've incorporated Chris's weekly word. This is where you break down basically all the latest news and what you think of what's going on. We've also incorporated a new segment called Football 101 for individuals like myself that aren't as knowledgeable as yourself, to kind of give some understanding of the more intricate aspects of football. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. I get to hang out with you at least once a week. Yep. Get to do all this inform the Raider Nation that's not as knowledgeable about our team, about our game. And then also I'm still doing the Raider Nation roll call. This past week was a really, really busy week because I had 805 Raider. Shout out 805.
My boy, my brother.
Yeah, and then my booster club, TNBC, the Nation Booster Club, is having a big event this weekend, actually, in Arlington, Texas. So I did a special recording for them for the event. So I was promoting our Weekly Wire 805's interview, and then the TNBC interview.
Yeah.
So, it's been busy, man.
On.
It's been busy.
Busiest man in showbiz, baby.
Hey, man, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot.
Oh,
of
yeah,
fun.
for sure.
Because if I wasn't doing this, I'd be sitting twiddling my thumbs or working and just being bored. So I get to spend time with the Raider Nation, get to spend time with you, with my brothers, So this is what it's about, man.
Nah, for sure. Speaking of brothers, man, salute to my brother T Severe, the great. That's my guy,
the king.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get Severe started, man. He's somewhere gonna slither in out of the shadows. But salute to my brother Severe. He said if we draft Genty at 6, I'm not gonna be pissed, but I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. And that's kind of what I feel too, man. It's like you can't get mad at taking a dominant player like that at 6. You just can't. But it's just when you look at the big picture, man. It's it's just man, when you look at the value, that's my biggest thing. But if we have to listen to Goodell, read the card and it says Genty, like I'm not gonna be pissed. At the end of the day, it's just like, come on, man. I think we could have did a little better. But again, salute to my boy Severe, man. Make sure you guys go to Severe Raider. Make sure you subscribe to him on all platforms. The dude is a star. He's not a star at mock drafts like he may think he is. He all right.
But how many has he taken so far?
Man, look, man. Look. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. He got a couple wins. He might have a couple wins, but we ain't gonna look, man, it's all about that program that we use. This dude somehow hacked into the system and gets ungodly type trades, or he gets Travis Hunter to fall to him at 7. But I'm not, whatever, man. Whatever.
Well, I don't know, man. The crown don't lie. I saw the last segment that
he brought the crown out. I was speechless. Speechless. Salute to my boy Severe, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Raiders for Chris. He said, "Did you hear the Locked On podcast this morning? Q had someone on there saying we traded with the Chiefs to get back in the first round. Man, we're not trading with the Chiefs. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That ain't happening.
Hell no.
One boy Leo. Here goes Severe with his little crowns, man.
Sorry, Chris."
He said, "Is that the king of mocks?" Nah, man. Do not get that guy started, man. Did not get that guy started. But yeah, man, kind of going back to like what you do, man. Like I really appreciate, all you do. And I'm always gonna push your content, man, because I want people to definitely, tune in to you and what you got going on. I know you and MC Raider, had the little Stogie Nation you guys got as well, man. So you guys are killing it, man.
Yeah,
but
I definitely want to give thanks to you, Cheeto Linus, Leo, and MC Raider, because you guys are the ones that have helped me get started with all of this. If it wasn't for you three, I'd just be a spectator.
No, hey, you're real talented of what you do, man, and again, man, you had me. Every time I think about it, man, first time we met, man, you had me in Compton, in them small little booth. I still don't understand how a place like Tam's Burger with such good food had these little small tiny booths, and my big fat butt was just stuffed in there with like a chili cheeseburger or something, which was a phenomenal. But it's like, man, they need to make those booths bigger, man.
Well, remember, man, these buildings were built back in the 50s, where it was just a bunch of little skinny white people that lived in Compton.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But now they got big fellas like me. I'm like, them booths. I was like, well, you got to grease me out, man. I'm telling you, man. Oh man, let's see. Salute to my boy Space Beast in the building, man. He said, "Yo, PTS 1-800-Flowers." Right? Salute to my guy, man. Salute to my guy. He's at Tams and Bomb. Yeah, that was some fire food, man. The Tams was fire. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, man, go to Dub Raiders channel, man. Like he You know what I'm saying? We did a fire interview. It was through Compton, Tams. He took me out to one of the beaches, and that was my first time in LA, man. So it was cool to get out there and check it out, man. So I was fired.
And remember, we also did the Cheetos and MC Raiders podcast that morning.
Oh yeah, and we had that fire one. Yep, we did. Yes, that was cool. Yeah, because somebody put the link, man, if someone can, for Dub Raiders channel, man. That said, he's still growing. He's been working hard. He's he definitely got it. He definitely got it, man. He said this is the first Weekly Wire I caught live. This isn't even a Weekly Wire, man. This is just the funny thing is we literally was getting ready to record the Weekly Wire.
Yep.
But then I was like, man, we got some Geno news that's just fresh. I'm like, man, I just want to go live. And I was like, after that, then we could record because because Dub always does edits and all that stuff on a Weekly Wire. So he usually drops it like the next day or something. Mm-hmm. But I was like, hey man, you want to hop on? So yeah, this ain't even a Weekly Wire. This is just us talking, it's two brothers, man, talking about Geno, man. Cause I still want to know for everybody that just joined this, man, what do you guys think about this Geno contract and what does it mean for the draft? Does anything change for you guys? Shout out to my boy Leo, my brother. Shout out to my boy Rundown. Yes, both of my brothers were just telling me that they think that we're still going to get Shedeur. I think that's crazy talk. I think that's absolutely crazy talk, and I think we'll be doing a big disservice if that's the plan. I really do. But I want to know what y'all feel. Let me know. And plus, salute to everybody that's in the chat. As you guys know, like I made a little change. I wanted to, give some love to everyone that is a subscriber. So anyone that leaves a comment, to participate in the chat, that's for subscribers only. So, anyone that's a subscriber. So if you guys, want to leave a comment and get into the conversation, you got to subscribe to the channel. So I just wanted to do something to, salute the subscribers that, took the time to literally just hit the subscribe button. So appreciate it. But yeah, there go Dub's. There go Dub's channel, man. So
yeah, that's our interview.
Oh, that's an interview. Okay, yeah. So you guys can click that in the chat for our interview. But make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, man. He works hard. He really does. Appreciate it. We went to a game last year. We was at that Browns game last year. Had a heck of a time. We're gonna do a game this year, man. So what's going on? Big one of 83, man. What's happening? He said, what's the numbers on the contract? So again, what I saw, man.
I got it right here.
Yeah, so it's what the 2 years, 85.5.
Yeah, it says 2 years, 85.5 total will come to 66.5 million guaranteed.
Yep. So that's what it is. And again, I don't know the math with the, taking into account his, his 1 year that was already on the table. Chris Raiders folk Chris, man, appreciate you subbing to my boy Dub, man.
Thank you, brother.
If some of you, a lot of you guys, take the time to go sub to my guy, man. Like I said, he drops fire content. That's my brother. Got my boy Mr. CT in the building. He said, what's good, family? Shout out from Youngstown, Ohio. Salute to the yo. In fact, my boy, I don't know if my boy Thorough, My Dog's podcast, he's in the building, but he's from Youngstown, man. It's my brother. I like Youngstown, man. I have fun in Youngstown. Have fun. Good eating there, good barbecue. Dodging bullets, but hey, that's life. Such is life.
Like home.
So yeah, such is life, man. Such is life. Let's see. Leo said Geno's contract means nothing is off the table come draft day. Leo is gonna he's gonna stand on that. That man wants Leo wants Shedeur, so if we get Shedeur, so be it. But I will be upset. I will.
Yeah, I saw Leo on one of his podcasts on Buddha Raiders podcast. He was rocking his Colorado jersey already. Already. I'm like, man. But salute to Leo, man. Like I said, make sure you guys check out my guy. Always dropping fire content and always got
He got the good drip, the Raider drip, man. So Shador is dropping in mocks. They worked hard to get a quarterback one this offseason, so I think we're building out a roster. No quarterback in the first. I agree, man. It just, yeah. Let's see. He said a 3-year deal total. Yeah, so it is. It's just extension of the 1 year we already had. So again, I don't know the math on the top of my head. You know, with the 85 plus what the 25 that he was going to get. That sounds like we have Geno for 3. Yeah, exactly. We got Geno for 3 years. They said, I guess there's an out after year 2. Again, I don't know all the details of what that looks like. Because the out can look like different things. So see, Tavir said, Dub, you in Compton? He said, no, he's in Long Beach. Long Beach.
LBC, baby.
He said, but Leo is right. The best player available, get dogs. Yeah, I feel y'all, man. I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all.
Let me ask you, let's say if Shador falls, beyond the 6th pick, and we do trade back, and he's still available, would you be okay taking him?
So you're saying, so like if we trade back, so we're at 6 and we trade back to like 12,
right?
And then he's still available at 12.
Yeah, would you be okay taking him?
Man, I mean, it's a 0% chance that happens. But hypothetically, if it did, man, it just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense.
Don't want his ass, huh?
No, it's not. It's not even that I don't want him. It's just like if we didn't make this investment on Geno,
right,
then I would have been okay with it. Because my thing is, like I've been telling everyone, if you just want a quarterback that's just going to kind of bridge until Shador plays, then go get Russ. Russ is $20 million cheaper.
He is.
He's $20 million cheaper. That's going to probably play the same type of role.
But then, don't you think that also the relationship that Geno and Pete Carroll had in the past had a lot to do with this decision?
No, it does, and that's why I think this is not going to be just like a 1-year thing. Like I think Pete really respects Geno, and I think Pete believes Geno has some good ball left in him. I think he feels that, hey, I can go to war with Geno for the next 3 years and beyond. Because at the end of the day, I mean, Pete's not a spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he understands that, like eventually I want to start winning, but I'm gonna bring a guy in that I trust, the guy that can win games if I have the right pieces around him.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna give him a 67% increase of pay, and then I'm gonna go get other pieces around him to make him a better player. I'm not gonna go get his backup. I'm gonna get a player that can help him on day one. That's just me.
No, it's
something to think about.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's something to think about. But Alon, man, what's going on, my guy? Got James in the building, man. Appreciate it, my guy. Got my boy SoCal Sal in the building. What's going on? He said trade back or best player available. I'm really in the trade back train right now, man.
Numbers don't lie, man.
Yeah, but best player available. I mean that's how we landed with Brock Bowers.
That's true.
And a lot of the best teams, they do the best player available. But I just feel like we're just not close, man. So, if we were, a couple players away, yeah, give me the best player available. But I don't know.
Yeah, because if we're solidified in a position and the best player available is that position, do you really go for it? I wouldn't. Right.
Man, salute to Severe, man. 20 million. So Russ is $20 million cheaper and no draft compensation. I forgot even about the 3rd round pick we gave for him. Right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
That makes it even more ridiculous. that makes it even more ridiculous because not only did we give him a 60-something% pay increase, we also gave up a day 2 draft capital for him just to go in year 1 in his contract to get his replacement.
And it was a high 3rd round too.
That's what I'm saying. Salute Severe, man. Salute. I even forgot about that. That's crucial to even think about as well. It's just
Severe,
crazy, man.
He got it right on the ball, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It almost reminds you. I mean, I know it's a completely different situation, but it was like that year that, I mean, I guess it worked out for them in the long run, but even like the year that the Packers were like, what, a play or two from going to the Super Bowl or whatever, and on their draft pick, like they picked Jordan Love, and Aaron Rodgers is like, what the heck, man? Like, I'm still here. We're competing. We're so close to the Super Bowl. Instead of getting me like a number 1 receiver or some guy that can help me, you're getting my back. Like, what are we doing? Like I said, it's a different situation, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, salute to Severe, man. I just saw that comment, had to bring that up, man. Let's see. He also said, I still take best player available. Yeah, I'm not mad at the best player available. Talk. Like I said, if it's somebody that I really like, I'll take best player available. But trading back, if it's a good deal and we don't go back too far, I'd be interested. I can't lie. Let's see. Any ideas on a cap hit? Like I said, I don't know. That someone much smarter than me in math will probably bring that up here shortly. Absolutely take him if he falls and we trade back. Yeah, I mean, if we get him, I mean, if we get him when we trade back, I'm not tripping, but it is what it is. We can get 2 starters in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Said what if something happens to Geno? What if Geno becomes Kirk? We good with AOC and keep saying we need future QBs. I'm just saying. So that's the thing. Like, honestly, I can't have someone running the organization with a what if mentality. I mean, like, the thing is, if you think what if Geno becomes Kirk, then you should not you should not give Kirk that, or you should not give Geno that contract. Because
Chris, let me ask you this question. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, that situation does occur and AOC has to step up. Do you think AOC will benefit from all the new weapons that are brought in for Geno, and will he do any better?
See that, and past years? Yeah, so that's the thing. If something does happen to the Geno, yeah, you bring in AOC, and the thing is, okay, I'm not a big AOC fan, but at least in our draft, we at least took the time to get draft capital that is going to help our quarterback out.
Right.
So at least I know whatever we did in this draft, it was with the mindset of helping out our quarterback.
No matter who it is.
Yeah. And again, and this comes from somebody that's not an AOC guy.
Right.
I'm not an AOC guy. Of course, like what Leo's getting to is like, are we good on AOC? He knows my answer. No, we're not good on AOC. But we're still building a foundation because I don't think we're that good anyway where we're going to go to the playoffs. So regardless, at least we're building the foundation with young players that we drafted. You know, so many people are mad that we haven't done so much in free agency. You don't necessarily, now you can get over the edge with free agency, but you can't build nothing through free agency. You can't just buy a team unless you already got like the pieces, like, you know, like Tampa Bay, they were able to kind of buy a team towards the end because, you know, you got the Tom Brady's, you got, you know, the guy you can bring, you can bring Antonio Brown in. You could do stuff like that, you know. So, you know, you got to build through the draft. Like, honestly, I love what the Eagles are doing. Love it. The Eagles are doing it the right way. They are going to be good for a long time.
Right.
They're going to have trouble once those players get onto their 2nd contract because a lot of them's going to want big boy money. Like Jalen Carter, he's going to change. He's going to reset the market. So, you know, then you got to start making decisions on, you know, him, you know, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. Like they're going to come to a point where they just got so much talent they got to make some tough decisions. But that's a good problem to have because they already got one Super Bowl and they're probably going to work on a couple more if they continue to do right. Like they're in such a great. Get what you're saying, man. Don't think I don't. I get what you're saying. I just don't want because you keep bringing up Kurt, but like, even though the Falcons kind of look like they did the right thing by still getting Penix, we can't just forget about they signed Kirk to that deal. Like, it's almost like a wash because the Kirk deal now looks ridiculous. It looks crazy. They luckily just had, they I think they're going to hit a home run with Penix. He said, we definitely not drafting a. That's what I'm saying, Elon. I don't think we are either. Best player available, in my opinion, unless a trade, you can't refuse. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Got my boy Coach Gravy in the building, man. Salute to Gravy. Gravy, I gotta holler at you, man. Me and you gotta link up, man. I gotta get your takes, man. I know you got some stuff cooking, man. Let's see how that pick worked for Green Bay. No, I said it did end up working good for him. It definitely did. But again, it didn't really work out to down the line. But Green Bay literally, if they would have made the right decision, that pick, they probably could have had a Super Bowl during that time. You got to think they're a couple plays away from going to, from getting to the Super Bowl, potentially winning it. You go ahead and get you a difference maker at that pick. Yeah, you may not have Jordan Love, but you probably holding the Lombardi at some point during that time because you got Devontae in his prime. You got all them guys, Let's see, no trade back. We can end up with Mason Graham. He said, best player available after the trade. He said, even if Shador is there, I'm taking the best player available. I'm looking directly at Will Johnson. That's in there for sure. For sure. Yeah, we hired a coach that is 107 years old. Part-time teacher in a completely different state. We're clearly not looking at the contingencies.
Age is just a number.
It's just a number. He said now he's 107. That's wild. He said he's going to be 120 by the end of this show. He said, of course, Severe likes Will Big Johnson. Pause, man. Pause. He said, damn, who calls him Big Johnson? No Diddy, man. Let's see. The golden child likes what he likes. Y'all crazy. Tom Brady says different. Perfect to draft a quarterback and learn the system for a couple of years. At number 6, does he believe in Shador or 37? So you say Tom says different. So, like, what do you mean? So you're saying that, like, just a Tom Brady situation is different? Just like what he went through? Or what Tom actually said himself. I mean, yeah, it's good to be able to draft a guy and let him learn the system for a couple years. But honestly, I think that's like a luxury at this point.
That's if you have all your pieces in place.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like when they did it with Tom Brady, I mean, they already had a fire defense. They had some, they had Bledsoe at that time. He was one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. I think he may not have been all pro, but I know he was at least a Pro Bowler. Like Bledsoe was doing his thing, and they had one of the best defenses in the league. So, Tom can, do. And I think another example is, a lot of people like to use Mahomes, but that Chiefs team was already good. They was already, in fact, I think they went to the playoffs with Alex Smith, if I remember. I think they got bumped the first round, but I mean, they had enough. I think that was that. I'm trying to think, was that when they had Larry? No, that wasn't Larry Johnson's years. I forgot who they had, but they had enough talent where they were still competing with Alex Smith. So therefore, they knew they just need a dynamic quarterback. Took them over the edge, and they took a risk with Mahomes. I mean, a lot of people out of college that they thought Mahomes was kind of unpolished. He was someone that needed some development. He needed some good coaching. If Mahomes gets drafted by someone else, would he be the same guy? I don't know. He said Captain Kurt is a little different scenario. They signed Kurt coming off of a devastating injury. He was older, coming to a staff that didn't know him, and they didn't give up. Exactly. the giving up a pick is huge. Is huge. I keep forgetting that.
Especially when we needed that pick.
Exactly. I mean, that's a third round. Yeah, Bledsoe won them a game in those playoffs when Tom was hurt. They might still win a Super Bowl, right? Exactly. And the thing is, if that tuck rule doesn't happen the way it did, I think the rest of history is rewritten, because I think they're going back to Bledsoe that next year. They're going back to Bledsoe that year. But with Tom winning that, and then them going on winning the Super Bowl, it's hard to honestly, and that tuck rule, literally, Bledsoe could have stayed. With Tom being what Tom is, Tom could end up getting traded. He could end up getting cut. Tom could end up with the Cleveland Browns. Tom would be selling insurance right now. I'm just saying. Whole trajectory changes.
He already is, man, with State Farm, right? Or something
right. Like right. Oh man. So let's see who else, man. Hey, Dub, and I know you said you got some things going, so I don't want to take. So if you got to cut out, let me know. I don't.
Yeah, definitely, brother. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, cool. He said, I know Geno is 37, but to his favor, he didn't play every year he's been in the NFL. He is more years in his tank than most think. No, I agree. I mean, he had some years where he didn't play that much. So, there's not a whole bunch of wear and tear. Salute to the Raider. He said, based on the contract, they must really like next year's quarterback class, as they should. Great class. Still think they take one this year at some point, though. Like I said, I don't think that, I think they may get a quarter. I mean, I want them to get a quarterback at some point. And salute to my boy Severe. I think we should draft a quarterback at some point in every draft.
Yes.
Whether I don't care I don't care how we are a quarterback. Draft a guy just because. And those are the kind of drafts when you can get like a Milroe type guy or a Milton, like a developmental guy that's like he has a high ceiling. His floor may not be high, but his ceiling's high. That's when you do that. But I don't know. He said, try America time. He said, this is the new NFL quarterback. Let's see how many teams want to draft and extend. Yeah, sign Minshew in the free agency, have O'Connell on the bench, stack the debt. No, I got you. Oh, he said Mallet. Oh, he brought out Mallet. That's true. Yep. He said, stack the deck. Garoppolo, Brissett, Stidham, Mallet. Yeah, they got all them guys. Now that's a good comment. That's a good comment, Jonathan, for real. I'll see. Gruden decided to punt because Tom was a starter and Chucky didn't. That's true. Yep. Because you're really not. At that point, you're really not scared of Tom Brady. At that point, if they have Drew Bledsoe, probably Gruden might be thinking about something else. But they're like, look, we got young Tom Brady. Their defense is good at that point. The Raiders' defense was good. So, I don't know. One thing that will remain is the cookie crumbs on Andy Reid's extra tight 10XL shirt. Salute the Bladed Raider 78, man, my guy. He said, Geno's only 34. You trying to do Geno like I'm doing prehistoric Pete. Let's see. Do it matter that Geno said he would not quit coaching high school football? Geno quit. He coached high school football? I didn't know that.
Never heard of that one.
You might be talking about Teddy Bridgewater, man. I think you got the wrong black quarterback. My Dog's podcast. I don't think Geno coached no high school football. It's not that I know of. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, y'all. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. I'm about to get off here pretty soon, man. But yeah, man. So I'm interested to see what you guys say, man. Because again, I'm okay with the actual contract with Geno. I really am. But I would be very upset if we draft a quarterback in the first round, because it just makes zero sense to me. And I just want someone to help me understand. I mean, the only thing that I've heard, from the other side is like Leo saying, well, what if? What if he's not good, or what if he gets hurt? But like, besides that, like, give me a reason why we should get a quarterback in the first round. at number. Well, I said number 6. Just doesn't. Get this man some weapons, man. Get him something to roll with.
Definitely. Weapons and protection, man. Weapons
For sure. For sure. But Dub, what all you got coming up, man, in your world, man? I know you working and I know you got 2 of the 3 the Raider War Rooms. You might have to get our other guy, get the 3rd in there, man, and make it a trifecta.
Man. Yeah, the King Severe.
Never mind. See,
this is the way I'm going to acknowledge it.
Never mind. Forget I said anything, man. Forget I said anything.
No,
He's not the king.
No, definitely. I have him programmed. I have a couple of interviews for the roll call right now coming up that had already been set, and I'm hoping to get Severe. I'm thinking maybe next week, depending on his availability. But I have a couple recordings coming up. And of course, our weekly wire. You know, we took a break today because of the breaking news, but we're definitely going to record tomorrow and going to drop on Sunday.
Tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, going to drop on Sunday at noon, and we're definitely going to be talking about Geno Smith and obviously what we talked about today, and a little bit more stuff on Devin White, Hunter Renfrow, the mock drafts.
Oh God, you're gonna bring that up?
Mock drafts.
You're gonna bring up the mock drafts, huh?
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Everybody's got to know.
I like my team. I don't care what nobody say. I crown myself. My teams are fire.
Hey, man. You know what? Everybody's teams are great until we see the actual outcome, and then we're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, to see how they play for sure.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I'm just excited. There's a lot of Raider events coming up that I'm hoping to attend. I'm going up north to the Black Holes, doing an event in Northern California. Going to go hit that up. I'm a sponsor for kids T-shirts, and then we got what's that one in Bakersfield? The summer kickoff.
Yeah,
gonna hit that one up, and then we got Bolsa Chica Beach. Blackout here in Bolsa Chica Beach in Orange County. Hoping to hit those up, and just excited for the draft to come up, and for the season to start, so we can start hanging out together, man. Going to games.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for sure. It's I know that summer kickoff's gonna be pretty live. Like I said, I know Leo's gonna be there. He's gonna have
right?
Yeah, he's gonna have a booth. I know Severe and 805, they're gonna be out there representing, our Raider, our Raider War Room. I wish I could be out there with them. But I'm not gonna be able to make it. I might change my mind. The way these parlays are hitting, man. I might just change my mind and make an appearance. Who knows?
Well, hey, man, if you do, you're welcome here at my house.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I appreciate that. We might make it happen.
All right.
Let's see. My boy Severe said, I'm like 30 minutes away from LBC. He said, so maybe we can be able to do something in person. That'll be fire.
Oh, for sure, man. That'd be even better.
Yeah, that'd be fire. That'd be fire. So salute to all my West Coastans. Let's see. My boy, he said, check your phone. What did he put, man?
Uh-oh.
Let's see. He said, I'm hyped. Geno's a baller and exactly what we need in this organization. It starts on Oh yeah. So this is something that so according to Jordan Schultz, I guess something that Max Crosby said. He said, I'm hyped. Geno's a baller and exactly what we needed for this team and organization. It starts with the work and commitment, the brotherhood. Now it's time to prove that. Let's go win. Yeah, for sure.
Let's go.
For sure. Yeah, he's everybody's hyped, man. Everybody's hyped. And to be honest, I ain't gonna lie. When we first signed or traded for Geno, I wasn't super ecstatic. But I can't lie, like hearing Max talk about him it kind of helped me a little bit. Kind of helped me warm up, kind of cozy up to it. Because again, you get someone like Max who you just really respect, someone that plays, against a lot of quarterbacks in the league. He knows who's threatening. He knows who's good. He knows who's bad. Sounding like he's actually really excited for Geno. That to me, that means something, man. That means something.
Definitely.
So, Let's see, man. Let's see. Bolsa Chico is happening this year. What's that? What's Bolsa Chica?
Chico. That's the Raider get together at the beach.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually happening. Raiders Against the World has been promoting it as of late.
Okay. Oh, sweet. So Fear said, "You wish you could make it." Man, Severe is out of this world, man. But hey, man, again, we're about to get off here, man. Went a little bit longer than I was really expecting. I was just going to do it, just a quick little show. But I always like talking to my boy Dub and like talking to everybody in the chat, man. I haven't done like a little solo on my own for a little while, so figured I'd just hop on real fast. But again, make sure you go subscribe to Dub Raider, man. He is again up and coming. You know, the guy works hard, does great stuff, does great merch as well. He makes good t-shirts and all. In fact, you do all kinds of stuff because like you do flags and all that stuff, right?
Banners, shirts, stickers, a little bit of everything. That's actually my day job. I'm a graphic designer, so it comes easy for me.
Yeah, all that stuff, man. I mean, logos. If you guys want logos made, and like, holler at Dub, man. Like I always say, man. I mean, Raider Nation, we're a family, man. Try to keep the money within us, man. Instead of going out and paying other people, man. There's so much talent within the Raider Nation, man. So, if you guys are looking for somebody that can do good quality work, just make sure you holler at Dub, man. Make sure you holler at Dub. Severe, I'm not even gonna put that comment up, man. Devin about to be fired. Devin White is about to be fired, man. But hey, man, so I appreciate it, man. Everybody that came in today, man, appreciate you guys rocking out with me for an hour, man. Again, make sure you guys check out all my boys, all my people that's been in the comments. I know a lot of you guys already know Severe, man. Check out the Severe Raider, man. Go check out him. Even my brother, man, my dog's podcast, man. He's a Cleveland Browns fan, but that's my guy. He got fire content. In fact, this dude. Salute to my guy, man. This guy hit me up early today and is going to show me this. It was a screenshot talking about the NFL. I don't even know if he's talking about the NFL, but like someone is now recognizing NFL championships, like pre-Super Bowl. Because you know how like back in the day when there was only like 8 teams in the league, that like the Browns dominated back then. Like most black players weren't even allowed to play. So it was like Jim Brown, and he was playing against like other guys that were like half his size, and the Browns won every year. Mm-hmm. He's gonna like post this little thing talking about, oh well, now the Browns got the second most championships now. they're now recognizing them. I'm like, come on, man. There's only 8 teams in the league, man. I had
a friend of mine, he's a Bears fan. And he was arguing with me that the Bears had a lot of championships.
Yeah, nobody cared about that.
I was like, okay, but are they Super Bowls though? They only got one.
Man, you cannot. You can't tell. Yeah, Browns fans, man. He's like, I forgot how many they had, but he's like, yeah, now we have the second most after the Packers. Don't want to hear that. But anyway, make sure you guys check my guy out. Of course, my boy Leo in the building. I know my boy Gravy was in the building. Everyone that does content, man. Salute to every last one of you guys, man. If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry. My boy Raiders Fool Chris, he's finally gonna get something going. If I forgot anybody, man, I apologize. But I appreciate every last one of y'all, man. As I always say, players and coaches come and go, but we must always protect the shield. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Let's get it.
We be them Raiders.